Hey Gemini, we are going to be doing your reading, so let's get right into it and see what's going on for you guys. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Gemini. All right. But, ooh, star card, Gemini. Okay. Maybe you guys also have Aquarius in your chart. The Hierophant. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I don't even think you can see. There's a key back there. I don't know. The Hierophant has a key. This has a key. I don't know. That's probably not what you're... All right, let's go. Let's see what's going on. All right. All right, maybe you want somebody to follow you, or you want someone... What does a key mean in Spanish? I'm like, what is that? Is that come here? I don't know. So, all right, let's see what's going on. All right, so you guys have the Emperor card. This is showing up for what you guys are wanting here. So, okay, I don't know. Maybe you're like, I want to be the one who's like, I want to be the first thing you see. Like, I don't know, I wonder if that's something that is like actually true. Maybe you're just like, dude, you got to go through me, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe you're like gatekeeping something here, Gemini. That's pretty friggin' sneaky. Okay. Could be. All right. Excellent. Also, maybe there's something here, Gemini, that you're like, you know what? I need to be the boss. I need to be in charge. Okay. That's just friggin' what it is. Okay. That kind of stuff. But I think you're also maybe wanting to share the responsibility. Okay. I don't know if it's sharing, but well, yeah, it's sharing. I just don't know what the ratio is. I'm like, what would that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're like, you can have some of the responsibility here, something, but you're like, I'm the boss though, or you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. I do think there's something about like gatekeeping, or there's something about like, I'm like again, you got to go through me. If you want to get to whatever it is, you got to go through me. Okay. That kind of stuff. So, all right. You guys have the Strength card, and this is showing up for the possible issue here. All right, you're either you need to like really exert your strength here, your power, that kind of stuff, or maybe this is like you might be feeling like maybe somebody is trying to take that away from you. Okay, that kind of stuff, that might be showing up as like, well, that, you know, that's now an issue. Okay, especially if you're in this energy of being like, I'm the boss, like I'm the leader here, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe that's what it is like, maybe there's even something where it's like, you know, that, well, we said ratio, let's go with that. Okay, like, or like that balance of knowing when to kind of like keep your cool and when to maybe kind of press something, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. For your opportunity, you guys have the Judgment card here. This is really intense, okay? So I feel like this is an intense reading, Gemini. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Judgment card showing up for your opportunity. All right, I feel like this is the opportunity to like make a call about something. All right, maybe that's what this whole thing is. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'll share responsibilities, but like the decision making will 100% be like under my control, that kind of stuff, okay? And that might be your opportunity, is to be like, yep, I'm calling the shots, that kind of thing. All right, so all right, let's see. Gemini. Maybe you literally have the opportunity to wake somebody up too, okay? Or I don't know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. I feel like Friday maybe is Friday is obviously a day of the week, but I'm like, that's an important day. For what reason, I'm not really sure, but I feel like that is important. So, all right, let's see. Maybe you're being tested on something here, okay? All right, or you're feeling tested, that kind of thing, okay? I think there's something in that. Or there's an estimate of something. All right, Gemini. Gosh, this Three of Wands, I think the Three of Wands has come out in all of the air sign readings, I'm pretty sure. All right. Five of Swords is at the bottom. So, okay. Let's see. So with the Emperor here, you guys have the Three of Wands. So I feel like that's still kind of true. I feel like what you're wanting is to be, again, the boss of something. And it's almost like you're like, again, if you want to like go any further, or if you want this thing to like come towards you, or you want to go towards something here, it's like you have to go through you or whatever it is here, you know, like it's like I'm the boss. I'm the one who has the information, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I feel. I just feel like you're wanting to stay like in a position of power, that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's just what I feel there. So you have the Page of Pentacles here. Maybe this is even you guys notifying somebody of something. It's like, this thing is going to happen. Okay. That kind of stuff. Again, you might be the one that's like I'll make the call here. I'll let you know, that kind of situation. I kind of feel like Gemini, you might be in like a really powerful position right now. That is showing up as your goal. I feel like that's what's happening. I think that's what is happening. So, all right. Page of Pentacles is showing up for what to do here. I think this is notifying somebody or putting a message out, that kind of stuff. Okay. This could even be something about like anticipating good news, anticipating like the arrival of something or a good news about something, that kind of stuff. Okay. That's kind of what I'm understanding as what to do here. You have the Five of Wands and it's showing up as what to avoid. So maybe this is, with all this like powerful energy, that kind of stuff, maybe it's like, okay, but avoid getting into like a freaking power struggle, or avoid getting into a situation where it's like every single person is like, like moving around, like maybe in like a chaotic type of way, without like a really like kind of organized, structured, like disciplined type of plan. Okay. That kind of thing. That might be part of whatever it is. It's like there needs to be some structure with something. Okay. That kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, as opposed to just like throwing caution to the wind and being like, okay, we'll see what the heck happens. All right. That's what I feel here. So, all right. You guys have the Strength card and you have it with the Four of Swords. This is showing up as a possible issue here. Okay. Yeah. So, So again, I feel like the possible issue is, maybe having to put out like, I want to say getting into something that like maybe requires like inner strength, when maybe you're feeling like, okay, I want to take a break on this. But I don't even think so. I mean, maybe, but I feel like you're going back and forth. Okay. I feel like it's like 1 second you're like, okay, yes, I want to take a break on this thing, or I want to like kind of like rest because like I'm exhausted, or there's been too many things going on, or whatever the heck it is. But then at the same time, I also understand something about being like, okay, but when it comes down to it, you're like, nope, I'll use every ounce of strength that I have to make sure that this is like under my control. Or I mean, it almost feels like you're avoiding taking a rest on something and it could be because it's like, yeah, but there's so much stuff going on, and you're like, I don't want to give up, again, power. I don't want to give up my seat at the table, that kind of stuff. Okay. That could be something here. All right. So, all right, you guys have the Ten of Swords, and this is showing up as what to do here. Yes, I would finalize something. Okay, I certainly would finalize something. All right, I would finalize something, but I'll tell you something. This is a blessing in disguise, and I think you already know it. I think that you're going back and forth, okay, that kind of stuff. So maybe this has something to do with allowing something to hit like rock bottom, or allowing something to kind of, again, like finalize in some type of way, that kind of stuff. Okay. That could be part of whatever this is. I kind of think so. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that might be something here. You have the Three of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. So there's either a certain plan that maybe you've tried once before, and maybe it's like, okay, well, that thing didn't really work, or, whatever the heck it is. Okay. That might be something to like avoid in some sense. This also might be avoiding like, okay, but you've done all this work. So like, why would you not want to be like, okay, I've done a really good job, or we've done a really good job, or something about that. Okay. That kind of stuff. I feel like there's like avoiding showing off, maybe even showing off in some sense. Okay. That kind of stuff. I don't mean showing off like, okay, I'm bragging and this, that, the other. I just mean more so like kind of being like having like pride about whatever it is that you're putting together, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. I would also make sure that whatever's going on, that you're not totally in work mode, and to the point that you're not having any fun with something. Okay. Really, really understanding that, especially the Strength card and the Four of Swords, like showing up as possible issue. Three of Pentacles here is like what to avoid. Like there might be something where it's like, work is excellent. There's like something from The Shining that's like something makes, I don't know, all work makes somebody a Nicholas Cage. Is that Nicholas? I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Never mind. It's Oh, make somebody a dull boy. Somebody's gonna be a dull boy if they work all the time and don't have fun. So there, that's the lesson there. So all right, you guys have the Judgment card and you have it with the Sun. Okay, all right, and this is showing up as your opportunity. Well, that's friggin' nice. Okay, so all right, well, I like that a whole lot. So I do feel like there's something about you being like in the position of like I'll make the call, or like I'll give you the high sign, or like that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe even like noticing the signs with something, noticing symbolism, noticing like, okay, I asked for a sign, there it frickin' is, that kind of stuff. And it might be like, I noticed that. Maybe this is about sharing that with somebody else, okay? That kind of stuff. And I also do think that there's something about like, again, having fun, okay? There needs to be some level of like, there needs to be fun involved. It can't just be like structure, discipline. Like, I mean, again, you could do whatever you want, but your opportunity seems to be like, having some fun here, that kind of stuff. And again, I feel like there is something where it's like you have like you're in the position of power for like making a specific call on something, or maybe even it's like you get to reveal something to somebody else at a particular time, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Okay. I wonder if some of you guys are even standing up for your own inner child, or somebody who is like literally like a kid, like a child of some sort, that kind of stuff. That might be something about that. I also am getting this weird energy of somebody waking up somebody's father, okay? That kind of stuff. Waking up somebody's father, or somebody's father is going through like an awakening type of process, okay, that kind of stuff, or is receiving a ton of synchronicities. If that's the case, I wonder, okay, I wonder if this happens to you, or if they're like, you're one of these types of people. So sometimes if I like will get like a message and I'm like, okay, or just like a vision, whatever it is, but there's no like true message attached to that. It's just like, okay, we're just hanging out, I guess, that kind of thing. Sometimes they'll be like, okay, let's, whoever you're supposed to go tell, let's like bless them with like synchronicities and that kind of stuff, so that they have like a moment of like, a connection with like a passed over loved one, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. There might be something in that where it's like noticing the signs, and maybe it's like, somebody is sending you that energy, okay, that kind of stuff. All right, so that might be something that's like, keep your eyes open for that, or ears, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think there might be something in that. I actually really do. So, okay, you guys have the 8 of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to do. I think practicing something, okay, whatever that is, practicing something here, and maybe doing something so much that it's like muscle memory, or it's just like a routine. You don't have to think about it. It's just like, this is what we're doing, one after another, that kind of stuff. Okay. That might be, something here. And I'll tell you another thing, if we're talking about synchronicities, okay, maybe it's like, okay, it's repeated so many times that it's like, you have no other choice than to take it for what it is, or be like, okay, all right, it's not a coincidence anymore, or whatever the heck it is, okay, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, Gemini. So, all right, you guys have the Ace of Swords, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. So maybe this is something to do with like not sharing something with everybody, okay, that kind of stuff. It's like, we can't tell everybody this thing, or again, waiting for like the right time to kind of bring up a certain thing, okay, that kind of stuff here. I also want to say a falling sword, all right? And I'm the reason why I'm saying that is because that's what I'm seeing. I know this is upright, but I'm like, that a falling sword, okay? Something regarding that. And that's interesting because the 7 of Swords, that guy's like holding swords by the tips. I don't know. All right, it's fine. That card didn't come out, but maybe we should clarify this Ace of Swords just in case that 7 of Swords comes out. That'd be wild. So, all right, let's see. What is this Ace of Swords? What's this about for what to avoid? Maybe this is avoid cutting something. I don't know. Maybe, could be. Avoid cutting something, like literally. Queen of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Avoid cutting something, okay? I think so. King of Wands, okay? Because something still needs to, it's still going. So I don't know. That's what I'm getting with that. So, all right. That's what I have for you guys, Gemini. I hope that this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.